welcome back to Game 3, consolation game of the 2020 Girls Very Boy. CEO of Inside Lacrosse here at Homewood Field as we watch Long Island Legacy take on Mad Dog. Girls club teams from the class of 2025, counting down the days to September 1st. The opportunity for first contact between college coaches and is allowed to occur. These two teams, each coming off a loss in semifinal of the down. Mad Dog West falling to Big Four AAA 10-9 in the open test. Long Island Legacy just coming up short versus Skywalkers. Carried a 5-5 into the fourth quarter. Skywalker separated 4 straight goals en route to a 9 win. And there we see perhaps what happens when forced to play essentially back-to-back games as Devin Lang's pass skies over the far end line. Mad Dog resets the action and will clear. When York getting the ball back to play. Scarlett Welsum with the initial effort that Legacy goalie Price is able to match down low. The lefty settles into clear. Does a nice job drawing pressure from Welsum, throwing a pass over top. Taylor Rick can't handle it. Welsum comes up with the loose ball and now has an opportunity for some transition offense, and she makes it count. No, she doesn't. I think they're going to call that in the crease. Leave that after Haley Brown on the streaking down the far side. Official ruling that she wasn't able to avoid that line, and then making matters worse, Maddie Mooning drawing a yellow card on that clear attempt. Mad Dog will be a player down here with 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 90 seconds on the shot clock for Legacy. They're going to draw shots. So a lot of action for the officials here early on. Sadie Schultz is able to take advantage of that free opportunity, giving her team nearly 1-0 lead. About 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Nice job on that high to low effort. Really able to York down low. Legacy is up 1-0. 8 minutes to go. Consolation of 20 Girls Cup. Nice draw control there from Sydney Stewart. Got hot late in that loss before, but it was her momentum stealing possessions at the circle that allowed her to get back into it. Fortunately, for the second time, quick possession. Mad Dog, the ball goes back to Legacy. Haley Donahoe carries into the offense. Leaves the ball field, carrying in right-handed. Left. Finds this on the far side. Emily McAtee. Carrying through X. left up the hash, finds Ella Tillo. She bails out of her dodge, sets, comes back to her right, a lot of space, shoots through the slide. We're going to get another for Legacy. That's how they got on the board about 90 seconds ago. This opportunity going to Tillo. Tillo decides to take it himself. York is equal to the effort down low, gathers the rebound, and starts to clear for Mad Dog. Sophia Katnick carrying in the middle of the field. Whistle on Legacy. Tilly Bossart carries in. Loose ball. And a nice job from Melissa Charles in order to get her stick on the ground ball. Ultimately ends up in Price's stick. Plays it off to Olivia Hollingsworth. Tries to carry up the far side. Rolls back. Works it to Charles. And now Donahoe carries up the side. Runs into some traffic around the substitution box. Throws it back to Tillo. Who's absorbing some pressure. Over to Charles. Moves ahead to Lily Graves. Graves up to Emma Shanahan. Gives it to Emily McAtee back. Quite paid. Back to Graves top. Moves it across Madison Neary. Neary working lefty from the corner, absorbs a double team, rolls out of it, works it up top. Shanahan moves inside to Lang. Lang's shot is saved. Ball still loose. Lang fighting for it on the end line. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Legacy. Neary resets. 57 seconds left on the shot clock. 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Legacy up 1-0. Mad Dog appeared to get on the board first, but had a goal waved off due to a crease violation. Back carrying in the middle of the field. Looks like the ball will stay with like push. Sets up top. 4:03 remaining in the first quarter. 36 seconds left on the shot clock. Shanahan dodges to her left. Plays it off to Sophia. Takes a push from Bossart. Ball will stay with Legacy. Goes inside to Neary. Neary tries to feed Lang across the crease. Can't handle. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Billy Graves comes up with the ball. Loses to McAtee. Decides to take it right-handed up top. And she feeds Sofia Vergillo, but her shot saved. Excellent job by Bjork there. Legacy interferes with the goaltender on the clear. Possession stays with Mad Dog. Amaguro carries the ball upfield, crosses the midline, has a clear path towards the offensive zone, and moves it. Routsos. Really impressive showing in that first game. I believe she finished with goals and also stabilized draw control before Mad Dog was able to really find their footing in the second half. Caitlin Naylor settles at X. Ball now loose up top. Got stoppage for injury on the far side. Haley Donahoe in need of. Kayla Rick coming on for Donahoe. .212 remaining in the quarter. Mad Dog trying to skill off the goal. Bossart restarts the action over to Marut. Moves it along to Natalie Marvin. Marvin, another one of those players, well on the back. Mad Dog first. But so far, Mad Dog struggling with this legacy zone. Their lone quality look came in a transition opportunity where the ball actually went into the back of the net, waved off due to a crease violation. But here, got a nice internal pass. Bossart handles, can't get shot off. The shot clock will expire with 1:36 to go in the first quarter. Ball goes back to Legacy. They will re-trigger with an opportunity to play basically shot clock and game clock are identical. Ball goes ahead. Peyton McNulty. McNulty carries into the teeth of Mad Dog defense, switches back to her right hand, and beats Bjork far side. Really nice, aggressive individual effort there out of McNulty. She gets on the board for the first bet. Excuse me. Nope, that's right. First goal. Her up. Back to the draw circle with 30 seconds to go. Whoever comes up with this fast fires. Ball goes to Cassidy Morrow, who had 3 goals in the first game. 10 seconds remaining in the opening frame. Theo working on the far side. Just gonna let the clock expire. Legacy will take a 2-0 lead into the second quarter. Back momentarily, more girls. Welcome back to the second consolation game of the girls. Boy, Long Island Leg carries a 2-0 dog. That dog still looking forward. Mooney moves it. Eddie Mooney. Ball work up top. Bruce goes right-handed. Near side. Double comes. She tries to move it middle. That dog. Offensive players very bunched up. Ball gonna go to Addie Mooney. Mooney resets over to Perkins. Perkins, nice split dodge to the left. Gets to the middle of the field, and that will do it. That will get Mad Dog on the board. 10:50 remaining in the second quarter. Now trail 2-1. Really nice right to left split dodge. Perkins. See her absorb the pressure from the head. Still come back to her left hand. Price. Off stick hip. Back to the draw circle. Charles. Sydney Stewart really proved a weapon down the stretch at the draw circle for Big Dog against Big Four. Ultimately comes up with possession. Jenna Mooney, who Marvin showed herself to be the initiator in the first, gets to the middle of the field, takes a check from Olivia Hollingsworth, will be dangerous, and that's going to yield a free position shot from Marvin from that very center hash. Decides to take it herself, and we have a new ball game. With 9:07 to go in the second quarter, Marvin beats Price 6-side low off the free shot. Just like we saw in the quarter, in the first game, Mad Dog responding after falling behind. Take Stewart, and once again, Stewart comes away with the draw. Moves it along to Mooney. Mooney absorbing contact. Nice look there on the inside. Price with good effort. Loose ball comes up with Marvin, who moves it quickly. Jenna Mooney down low. Mooney goes to the middle of the field, and we've got a collision between two legacy defenders, Price and like Olivia Hollingsworth backside. Both defenders going for the ball, trying to intercept that cross pass. Hollingsworth be able to stay in the possession stays with Mad Dog. Stewart squares up top. Quick head comes. Her throwback isn't on target. Shanahan comes up with a loose ball. Got a 5-on-4 into the offensive zone. Pass deflected. Cassidy Morrow trying to find Violet Harrison down low. Harrison's going to retain possession. Legacy goes to work offensively. Gets to the middle of the defense, draws contact. 6:30 to go, second quarter. Tied 2 here in the consequence. That's an illegal. Your balls can go to that. Not going to say that the quick start taking effect. Cross midfield. Absorb pressure. Not picked up right away, and so as a result, she looks for Caitlin Naylor on the inside, but the high effort can't Price. Then Price quickly turns around, finds Emma Shanahan, who moves the ball ahead to Cassidy Morrow. Morrow to Harrison on the far side. That cross crease pass ends with Provenzano stepping in the cage. So now we've got 2 goals waved off in transition for crease violation. 1 for either team. Here we are at deadlock 2. So about as even as it gets so far. Legacy coming up with a loose ball as they are doing a full-scale substitution at the offensive end of the field, and as a result are not able to take advantage of any of the odd man situations. But McNulty carries into the offensive zone, turns and finds McAtee, who looks to resettle the offense. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, tied 2-2. Opportunistic attempt to intercept the pass by Emma Garro. Ball goes out over the end line and will stay. Legacy. Good switch, but Sophia Katnick determined to have met Provenzano with a little bit too much force. That foul is going to result in reposition opportunity for number 4 in white. Setting up on the far hash. Low angle with that right-handed position. She decides to immediately throw back. Ball gets worked to the inside. Ultimately, Lily Graves not able to handle. York comes up with the ground ball. Moves it ahead to Whittington. Whittington absorbing some checks as she carries into the offensive end. Throws ahead. Jenna Mooney can't handle. Stewart comes up with the loose ball. And Mad Dog will settle. 3:40 to go. 65 seconds left on the shot clock. Off. Marutsos. Over to Boston. Feeds her cross crease handle. Ball goes back up to Stewart. Stewart ready and has met a lot of resistance. Her pass is going to go errantly out up top. Nice ground ball handle. Olivia Masso runs out of real estate on the far side. Throws back to Donahoe, who's in out move. Gets her a step, carries across the midline. Ella Tantillo there to corral the loose ball. And now she's got a head of steam as she goes into the teeth of Mad Dog defense. Her pass is deflected, and ultimately it's going to fall. York able to re-trigger for Mad Dog. Looking at a long release valve. Decides to go low to Elizabeth Hilbert. Out of her defense. Finds a trio of Legacy riders at the midline. Ball works back across. Mogaro quite handle the pass and has to set. Finds some running room. Carries the ball over the midline. Mogaro lays it off for crossing into the offensive zone. Ball works behind to Mooney. Carries right-handed. Bug Gilly. Her pass is deflected. Donahoe comes up with the loose ball momentarily. Throws a whistle in the process. Now Nora Healy. Melissa Charles. Trying to clear with 1:10 left. That pass is not handled. Going to be a yellow card. Ella Tantillo. Got a minute remaining here in the first half. As Emma Garrow recovers from that check, and the ball moved ahead. .40 seconds left in the half. Shot clock turned off. Haley Bosshart with a free position shot and the opportunity to give her team the lead heading into halftime. She does just that. Carrying right-handed right to the crease, and she's able to beat Price up high, giving Mad Dog West 3-2 advantage. About 20 seconds to go in the open half. This consolation game. You have to wonder, as this second half, this final 24 minutes unfolds, how fatigue is going to play a factor. And Mad Dog had additional 24 minutes, hour to recover from their first game, whereas Legacy turned around and played right away. It is halftime of the consolation game here at Homewood Field. I'm Terry Foy. Mad Dog up 3-2 on Legacy. We will be back to start the second half, joined by Big 4 coach McGarity. Welcome back to second half action here at the Girls 2023 Countdown on the campus of Johns Hopkins University at Homewood Field. I am Terry Foy. This is the consolation game, game 3 of 4. Mad Dog Westerly carrying a 3-2 halftime lead against Long Island Legacy. I am joined now by Colin McGarity, Triple H head coach. Her squad emerged 10-9 victors over this Mad Dog team in the first game of the day. Dramatic affair.
It was a dramatic affair.
You guys got out to a 6-2 lead, really dominated possession in that second quarter, and then kind of had to withstand a comeback. It was tied 8-8, and then you got 2 goals. And that insurance goal ended up being pretty valuable. Huh?
I know, the one where I almost told her not to go was actually probably a smart move.
And it was a really nice finish.
It was. She's a very good player.
Yeah, that sidearm high to high is not a high percentage shot. When it goes, it looks very pretty.
Totally.
What did you make of your team's performance?
I would give us a 5. We had some really good looks out there, and then just some unfortunate turnovers, which that was our biggest focus after the game, is just taking care of the ball. It's hot out. We're on a big regulation size field where some of these tournaments, are a little bit smaller. And for them just to realize that, if you're unsure of the pass, maybe don't make that pass. And it was interesting coming in here running, college rules and using the shot clock. And I told the other coach, I'm like, it won't be an issue for us. We shoot so fast, they won't even notice. And that's exactly true. We took some maybe looks and takes that we shouldn't have taken, and maybe possessed the ball a little bit more. That kind of hurt us and allowed Mad Dog to come back. And they're a very scrappy, good team. So I'm glad it was a great game, though, for, this event, and us to be able to, pull out a win and a little bit of adversity there was good, too.
No doubt. In terms of some of the performances, who were some of the players that you felt like really either, merged or showed some of the things that you've seen all season long?
Yeah, Quinn Whitaker has been, a staple kind of for us in the midfield. She's just pretty smooth, always making the right decisions. I thought Taylor Murphy did really well in the circle, coming up with some big plays. Maddie Kane put a couple goals away there too. We're a pretty fast team. I think that overall our midfield unit was able to push the pace. KK Mandeville, our goalie, had some big stops there at the end as well. So those were just a couple that I think stood out to me personally from that game. And I kind of always just tell them to keep focusing on the little things, and going to be anybody's day at any time. You never know who's going to get the goal or who's going to make the big play, and we don't really run specific sets out there calling it for Quinn. It's a motion offense that hopefully they can find the right read.
And there we see Caitlin Naylor with the low finish, putting Mad Dog up 4-2 with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. You're going to take on a Skywalker's team in a championship game that was tied 5-5 versus this Long Island Legacy team in going into the fourth quarter, and then reeled off 4 straight goals. Certainly Alice playing a weapon at the draw control. Are you familiar with the Skywalker's team?
We are. We've played them almost every other tournament. We actually opened up the summer with them in a little play day at Maryland. So we definitely compete against them, and I'd say it's 50-50. We win some, we lose some. It's always a battle. They're a great team, a very well-known club that's been very, very strong since I was playing.
As far as the way in which the summer has unfolded, this is getting near the end of the club circuit. How have June and July unfolded?
Very strong. We had some really good tournaments where we were 4-0 against some top teams. We've gone 2-2. It's been fun because I think every weekend playing in the top bracket is a battle. So as much as I can try and get them to not look at the scoreboard or care about the wins and losses, because everybody, the U.S. Club Lacrosse, the rankings, all that stuff, I want to care about the wins. It's great, but at the end of the day, that's not really what club is all about. And the more that they can play the same exact way, no matter what the score is, if you're up, you're down, you're tied, the better we're going to be. And we've, come up with more wins than losses, and they're just getting better every single day.
Bailey Brown with the goal off the free position shot to make it 5-2. Mad Dog pulling away here, having scored the last 3 goals in this game, leads 5-3 with 7:30 to go in the third quarter. We call this event the Countdown because it's 2020 teams of, girls in the class year at 2025. They'll be able to talk to college coaches for the first time on September 1st. So the countdown is kind of started, right?
Mm-hmm.
The summer's nearly over, and the opportunity to talk to those recruiters for the first time is nearly here. We've spoken about this with a couple of your colleagues who are coaching right now over the course of the last few games, and the theme has been that the balance is how do you essentially prepare folks mentally for the opportunity, but also not ratchet up the pressure.
Totally. I mean, that was actually my biggest thing that I talked about them before we started this game. Is I was just fortunate to be a part of the U20 tryout selection last week, and just going over like how much body language, how much work ethic, how much off-ball movement matters. So if they can focus on things they can control, I think calms them down a little bit. Like, you don't have to score goals, you don't have to make the big plays to be seen by college coaches. They're looking for a little bit of everything, and more, they're looking for the right fit of a kid that's going to work hard and buy into the culture. So I think if you just keep focusing on the things they can control, they don't get super frustrated if like they didn't get a goal or if they missed a pass. If they miss a pass and ride hard, that's better than, getting that first pass.
With respect to how you understand what college coaches are looking for, and you kind of just touched on this a little bit, but I'm hoping that you can expand, because you and I have had conversations over the years about how the game has changed, and certainly, just illustrated by the fact that the distinction between college rules and high school rules is so dramatic. That is a reflection of the way in which, but also, by virtue of new coaching methods, the explosion of roster spots, and the preponderance of now Power 5 athletic departments invest more and more into athlete development, and coaches coming from both kind of similar coaching trees, and then also some folks that have found a niche using some non-conventional thought. How have you seen the women's game develop over the last, say, 10 years, and how does that manifest in the type of player that the folks sitting on the far sideline are looking for when they evaluate this?
Yeah, I mean, I think IQ has just come in so much more with the women's game, of just being able to, like I just said, like run a two-man game, like make the right read out there. Like, I can easily call an ISO play for our best player every single time, but that's not really going to fly in college. So getting our attackers and middies to just really buy into like the motion offense of reading the defense, making the right play, what are you doing off ball, and all those little things matter to like make a good unit. And coaches are watching how kids are working off ball. Are they just standing and jamming in space, or are they making space for their teammates? And though they might not get the stats, they're actually making everything possible for their teammates. And defensively, being able to like step up and pressure people, being able to like get out there and play good one-on-one defense and against very strong athletes is huge, and just not being able to sit back. So I tell my defenders just to step out and make a name for themselves, show their athleticism. It's okay to get beat. Just hustle back, and hopefully your teammate will get the slide, and you're right there.
Haley Gunning with the effort to turn back Gabriela Provenzano's shot down low, and then a legacy shot goes wide. Mad Dog with the backup, and here we are with Mad Dog re-triggering 4 minutes ago in the third quarter. It's been kind of interesting to watch the diversity of styles among these four teams just over the course of the last 2.5, 2 3/4 worth of games. We see one team obviously playing with a prominent zone. I've been interested in the amount of frontside backside action, and particularly like we've seen a few times this Mad Dog team go into like a 3-person set on the front side and then cluster on the backside, and able to find space for whichever Dodger emerged. When you say IQ and making the right play, it can be a difficult concept to communicate to a 15 or 16-year-old. How do you guys work on that, and what do you try to do in order to develop?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to keep repping it at practice. So we constantly are playing like 3-man, 2-man with the feeder, running picks, slips, like having them being able to like really start to slow down. I think the biggest thing for girls, because when you're younger, if you're the fastest on the field, you're probably going to score a lot of goals. And then it starts to catch up as you get to, start playing with that like high level teams and high level competition. So you really have to learn to slow down and allow yourself to make the read. I think sometimes girls run themselves out of even making the read. They might, take down the alley bad angle shot rather than getting it behind, moving it 2 times, getting a girl that might have their stick to the middle that will have a high percentage shot.
And we see an example of that right there as Keely Bosshart catches the pass on the backside. A legacy defender, a little bit slow to adjust. She sees 2 come to her, and Katie Maruzos fades to the high slot and finds herself in a really good catching position for a turning right-handed shot, and she puts it stick side hip, or offside hip, and a really nice finish as Mad Dog extends their lead to 4. with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Colleen, summer's winding down. What's next for you guys this week?
Yeah, we're heading to Maryland Cup tomorrow. I think we have a 9:30 a.m. game, playing against 4 good teams again, ready for the competition. And it's a championship-style tournament, so it's fun to end on like a playoff-based one where, you're playing towards something, the girls get all competitive and into it. And then, yeah, that ends up our summer club, schedule for the summer. And then they have a couple more camps. I run an event next week, the committed games, which will be fun for some of the girls to play with high-level commit. And then, yeah, getting into September 1.
Well, we really appreciate your time joining us. And good luck in the final game here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And here we see Legacy reset. With 90 seconds to go, 75 seconds on the shot clock, trailing by 4. Devin Lang carries up top. You look to the interior. Nice catch and spin from Peyton McNulty, but her shot goes off the crossbar, and an unfortunate bounce for Lang, although she gets a second opportunity at the ground ball and comes up with it. 1:08 to play. Shot clock, 57 seconds. Lang again, middle of the field. McNulty once again finding open space, this time catch, finish, and no doubt. She gets this lead back to 3 with 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. Really nice chemistry there you saw on the last 2 opportunities from Lang to McNulty. The second time she made it count. That'll do it for the third quarter. Mad Dog West Elite take 6-3 lead into the final frame over Long Island Legacy. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of this one. And we'll be on deck for championship time. Triple H versus Skywalkers in the finale. Terry Floyd with you here. Final 12 minutes. Translation. Mad Dog West up 6. Heading into the against Long Island Legacy. Losers in the first. Mad Dog falling by a goal to Triple H. Legacy tied 5-5. Skywalker's going into the quarter belt 5. Triple H. Skywalker's wear off following this. To work. Sid word up. 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball. Marvin. Shot clock set to 6. Stewart. Mooney. Mooney over to Charlotte Wells. Job. We're going down the backside and drawing shooting space. Call Olivia Hollingsworth. Opportunity. And bar down. Really nice take there by Sydney Stewart. Right-handed effort. Lauren LaGrega up top. With 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Mad Dog up 7-3 on Mad Dog once possessing in their own zone. And Sydney Stewart making time with cross set up. Far side. Double comes. Back. Russo splashed open the middle there. Ultimately, it ends up Bryn Perkins called that Perkins. 7:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Matt up 7 on Long Island. Perkins gets to the middle. She beats Grega up high. That'll make it 8-3 Mad Dog. What I particularly like about this free shot, the way in which she crosses the face of the goalie while keeping her stick protected, but manages to bring her stick back across her body and finish back to the stick side of the goalie. What you would anticipate if you were LaGrega once you saw the dodge get through the middle of the field. You anticipate going to go offside there. Really. .550 to go in the fourth quarter, and once again, Mad Dog with possession. It seems at this point really managed to wear down a legacy team that now coming up on second full hour of play. And a winning left-handed attempt goes wide. Second block. Jenna Mooney will start play. Marvin Moore. Marvin. Billy. Grease feed is intercepted. Shanahan carrying over midfield. Storms pressure. Off. Rolls back, finds Val. Emily Mack. Over. Lily Graves. Plays it off. Find with the carries up righty. Graves working up top. Draws two. Finds an open Emma Shanahan in the middle. Haley Gunning is there to make the stop. Throws the outlet pass. Sydney Stewart. Ball was deflected momentarily, but Mad Dog able to come up with it and convert it into a 4-on-3. And what shot by Maruzos, and a better save by Lauren Lagiga. End-to-end action here with under 4 to go in the fourth quarter of a 5-goal game. Mad Dog looks to have this one in control, but Legacy not willing to quit. Here they are with an opportunity to cut it to 4. Settle with Cassidy Morrow. Morrow carries down low. Works it through Eck. Her low shot goes wide. Sophia Villa comes up with the loose ball. Has an advantage. Looking to work with McEntee on the crease. Nothing doing. Hunting tries to pick off that pass. Also nothing. Feed to the middle. And Madison Neary able to catch and finish on the doorstep while avoid stepping in the crease. Really nice job using her height to go up high. Catch that pass. Corral with one cradle and then drop it essentially into the goal. See how well timed that back cut was. There wasn't much the help could do. Elizabeth Hilbert arriving as that ball was essentially getting deposited. And with 1:58 to go, setting for another draw. This is going to be Stewart taking on Sadie Schultz. Legacy. Madison. Cassie. Doug. Awesome. Got a violation on the draw, and this one will go to Legacy. Morrow looked to operate with 1:10 remaining. Down 4. Plays it off to Provenzano. Provenzano carries. Over to Olivia Masso. Lefty looks to get topside. Throws back. Morrow's shot trickles in front of the crease. And it's going to go. No, it's going to stay in. Nice ground ball battle. Legacy's got the extra player. And it's going to stay white. Provenzano hits the deck but gets the ball as a reward. And with 35 seconds, Legacy looks to cut this deficit to 3. Schultz loses her footing. Quick restart. Ball goes back to Provenzano. She loses it with 10 seconds to go. Bergio loses the ball in the middle of the field, and that'll do it for this consolation game. Mad Dog West Elite emerges 8-4 victors over LI Legacy and sets up championship game showdown in the 2020 Girls Countdown here from Homewood Field at Johns Hopkins University. I'm Terry Foy, and I'll be back momentarily. Watch Skywalkers take on Triple H.